Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Lucy. We're really happy you're here with us today.
Today, we're going to talk about yesterday. Very simple, very real, very useful English.
Yes, we'll practice the past simple tense in English. Don't worry, we'll go slow, we'll repeat a lot.
This episode is perfect for beginners, A1 to A2. If you want to practice English, you're in the right place.
Before we start, please take 1 second to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications.
It really helps the channel grow, and it helps us make more lessons for you.
All right, take a deep breath, relax, let's learn English together.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood clearly because I walked past my old school near home.
That sounds emotional because memories often return strongly when familiar places appear again unexpectedly.
I felt happy and nervous at the same time because many simple moments came back into my mind.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English class because I saw an old notebook inside my drawer.
That is interesting because learning memories often stay longer than we expect in daily life.
I felt proud because I studied hard, practiced daily, and slowly understood English conversations better.
Yesterday, I talked with my old friend and we remembered funny mistakes we made in school.
We laughed a lot because we spoke very broken English and felt shy in front of classmates.
Yesterday, I remembered my first job interview because I walked into a similar building downtown.
Did you feel nervous again when that memory returned suddenly while walking alone yesterday?
Yes, I felt nervous, but I also felt proud because I survived that difficult moment.
Yesterday, I remembered my grandmother because I cooked a meal she taught me years ago.
Food memories are powerful because smells and tastes often bring people back to the past.
I felt warm inside because her voice felt close while I followed her cooking instructions.
Yesterday, I remembered my first phone because I found old photos saved inside cloud storage.
Old photos help memories stay alive because they show real moments we almost forgot.
I smiled quietly because those photos showed simple happiness without pressure or expectations.
Yesterday, I remembered my school bus because I heard the same loud engine sound nearby.
That sound probably reminded you of early mornings and sleepy rides to school.
Yes, I felt sleepy again and remembered sitting near the window watching streets pass slowly.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English conversation with a stranger during my travel abroad.
Were you scared or excited when you spoke English with someone you never met before?
I felt scared first, but I felt excited after understanding and answering simple questions.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood friend because I found an old letter inside a box.
Letters feel special because people wrote them slowly and carefully in the past.
I felt emotional because her handwriting reminded me of our promises and shared dreams.
Yesterday, I remembered my first failure because I saw someone struggle with the same problem.
Failures teach strong lessons because they stay longer than easy success memories.
I learned patience because I failed many times before improving my skills.
Yesterday, I remembered my first song because it played randomly while I cleaned my room.
Music brings memories fast because melodies connect directly with emotions and feelings.
I felt calm because that song played during peaceful moments of my teenage life.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English teacher because I used her favorite phrase again.
Good teachers stay in our memories because they guide us during confusing learning stages.
Yesterday, I remembered my old neighborhood because I visited the market near my childhood home.
That place probably changed a lot since the last time you visited years ago.
Yes, many shops changed, but the feeling of familiarity stayed strong.
Yesterday, I remembered my first presentation because I helped someone prepare a speech.
Public speaking memories stay strong because emotions feel intense during those moments.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English mistake because someone corrected the same error.
Mistakes are useful because they help learners remember correct forms better.
I felt grateful because mistakes helped me improve instead of giving up.
Yesterday, I remembered my first travel memory because I packed a bag for vacation.
Packing always brings memories because it feels like preparing for adventure.
I felt excited because traveling always opened my mind and taught me new lessons.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood dream because I saw someone living it successfully.
That must feel inspiring because dreams remind us why we started learning and growing.
I felt motivated because dreams can still grow even after many years.
Yesterday, I remembered my first bicycle because I saw a child learning to ride near my apartment.
That moment felt familiar because I fell many times before riding confidently around my neighborhood streets.
I laughed softly because my knees hurt badly, yet I refused to stop practicing every evening.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English book because I cleaned shelves and found it hidden.
That book probably looked simple, but it started your long journey learning English patiently.
Yes, I felt proud because I finished that book slowly without understanding everything perfectly.
Yesterday, I remembered my first smartphone because I replaced it with a newer model.
Old phones carry memories because they stored messages, photos, and emotions from past years.
I felt nostalgic because simple messages felt more meaningful than fast conversations today.
Yesterday, I remembered my school lunch because I cooked the same food at home.
Food memories connect strongly because taste reminds us of people and places instantly.
I smiled because lunch breaks were happy moments shared with friends.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English song because it played in a cafe nearby.
Did you understand the lyrics at that time, or did you just enjoy the melody?
I understood very little, but I repeated lines and slowly learned new words.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood game because kids played it outside my window.
Games teach cooperation because we learned rules, patience, and teamwork while playing.
I felt peaceful because childhood games felt simple and joyful.
Yesterday, I remembered my first online class because my internet stopped suddenly.
Online learning memories feel funny because technical problems happened often.
I felt embarrassed, but my teacher waited kindly and encouraged me.
Yesterday, I remembered my old teacher because I used her advice again.
Advice stays helpful because good words guide us during difficult decisions.
I felt thankful because her words helped me stay confident.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English conversation with you during a practice session.
I remember feeling nervous, but speaking helped me improve faster.
We made mistakes, but we kept talking and supporting each other.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood home because I visited my parents.
That visit probably brought many emotions from different stages of life.
Yes, I felt comforted because home always feels safe.
Yesterday, I remembered my first mistake at work because someone faced the same problem.
Work memories teach responsibility because mistakes affect others too.
I learned to be careful and ask questions before acting.
Yesterday, I remembered my first presentation because my coworker asked for help.
Presentations feel scary, but practice makes speaking easier.
I felt confident because I prepared well and spoke slowly.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English exam because I helped a student revise.
Exams bring stress, but preparation reduces fear.
I encouraged the student because confidence matters as much as knowledge.
Yesterday, I remembered my first travel alone because I packed my bag again.
Traveling alone teaches independence and problem solving.
I felt nervous, but excited because freedom felt empowering.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood song because my radio played it randomly.
Old songs feel emotional because they connect us to past feelings.
I felt relaxed because music slowed my thoughts.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English mistake because I heard it again.
Mistakes repeat, but awareness helps us improve.
I felt patient because learning takes time.
Yesterday, I remembered my first success because I completed a long task.
Success memories motivate us to continue working hard.
I felt proud because effort finally showed results.
Yesterday, I remembered my old routine because my schedule changed.
Routines shape our habits and daily comfort.
I felt strange but excited about the change.
Yesterday, I remembered my first pet because I saw an animal shelter.
Pets create strong memories because they share daily life quietly.
I felt emotional because that pet taught me responsibility.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English diary because I found it.
Writing helps memory because it records thoughts honestly.
I felt happy because I saw improvement in my writing.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood dream because I watched the documentary.
Dreams evolve, but they still inspire growth.
I felt motivated because learning never truly ends.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English compliment because someone praised my speaking.
Compliments boost confidence and encourage practice.
I smiled because encouragement feels powerful.
Yesterday, I remembered my first group discussion because teamwork appeared again.
Group work teaches listening and patience.
I felt balanced because everyone shared ideas equally.
Yesterday, I remembered my first interview because I prepared answers again.
Interviews test confidence and communication skills.
I felt calmer because experience helped me respond naturally.
Yesterday, I remembered my old neighborhood because I passed nearby.
Places hold memories because emotions stay attached.
I felt reflective because time changed many things.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English podcast because I listened again.
Listening improves understanding and pronunciation.
I felt encouraged because I understood more than before.
Yesterday, I remembered my first failure because I helped someone recover.
Helping others reminds us how far we came.
I felt grateful because growth comes from struggle.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood promise because I wrote goals again.
Goals guide direction and purpose.
I felt hopeful because progress continues slowly.
Yesterday, I remembered my first lesson because teaching reminded me.
Teaching reinforces learning and confidence.
I felt fulfilled because sharing knowledge feels meaningful.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English sentence because I used it again.
Simple sentences build strong foundations.
I felt proud because beginnings matter.
Yesterday, I remembered my first mistake because learning repeated itself.
Learning cycles help improvement.
I felt patient because practice never stops.
Yesterday, I remembered my journey because memories shape identity.
Memories teach lessons quietly.
I felt connected to my past.
Yesterday, I remembered my progress because reflection matters.
Progress motivates future effort.
I was ready to continue learning.
Yesterday, I remembered why I started learning English.
Purpose keeps motivation alive.
I felt inspired to keep practicing.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English notebook because I found it under old papers inside my closet.
That discovery felt special because early learning steps always show courage and strong motivation.
I smiled because my handwriting looked messy, yet every sentence showed real effort.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English video because I saw a similar thumbnail online.
Videos helped learning feel friendly because voices sounded natural and situations felt real.
I feel comfortable because listening daily slowly trained my ears.
Yesterday, I remembered my first classmate because I received the message after many years.
Old classmates reconnect. Memories because shared struggles created strong bonds.
I felt surprised because time passed quickly, yet memories stayed clear.
Yesterday, I remembered my first job task because I repeated the same process again.
Repetition strengthens memory because practice builds confidence naturally.
I felt calmer because experience helped me avoid mistakes.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English joke because someone laughed at a similar one.
Humor stays memorable because laughter connects people instantly.
I felt happy because understanding jokes showed real progress.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood fear because I faced it again bravely.
Facing fears changes memories into lessons.
I felt strong because growth replaced fear.
Yesterday, I remembered my first travel mistake because someone missed a train.
Travel mistakes teach patience and flexibility.
I felt understanding because everyone learns through experience.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English listening test because I practiced again.
Listening improves gradually through exposure and repetition.
I felt confident because familiar words appeared clearly.
Yesterday, I remembered my first conversation abroad because I heard accents again.
Accents challenged understanding, but they improved listening skills.
I felt proud because communication still worked.
Yesterday, I remembered my old schedule because I changed routines.
Routine changes bring reflection and growth.
I felt refreshed because change encouraged improvement.
Yesterday, I remembered my first online friend because I replied to a message.
Online friendships teach communication without physical presence.
I felt connected because distance disappeared through words.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood morning because sunlight felt similar.
Morning memories feel peaceful because they started slowly.
I felt calm because quiet moments returned.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English failure because I corrected someone kindly.
Teaching others reveals personal improvement.
I felt grateful because mistakes transformed into guidance.
Yesterday, I remembered my first presentation slide because I redesigned one.
Preparation reduces fear and improves clarity.
I felt ready because practice helped.
Yesterday, I remembered my first encouragement because I encouraged someone else.
Encouragement spreads confidence and motivation.
I felt warm because support matters.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood hobby because I tried it again.
Hobbies reconnect us with joy.
I felt relaxed because creativity returned.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English compliment because someone praised pronunciation.
Positive feedback builds confidence quickly.
I felt motivated because effort showed results.
Yesterday, I remembered my first exam stress because pressure appeared again.
Stress decreases with experience and preparation.
I felt calm because confidence replaced fear.
Yesterday, I remembered my first teacher smile because I helped a learner.
Teaching reflects progress clearly.
I felt satisfied because learning continued.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English goal because I set new goals.
Goals guide direction and discipline.
I felt focused because purpose stayed clear.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood promise because I wrote reflections.
Writing helps organize thoughts and memories.
I felt thoughtful because reflection matters.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English phrase because I used it naturally.
Natural youth shows fluency growth.
I felt proud because progress felt real.
Yesterday, I remembered my journey because learning never felt linear.
Learning includes pauses, mistakes, and success.
I felt patient because progress takes time.
Yesterday, I remembered my starting point because improvement felt clear.
Awareness strengthens motivation.
I felt encouraged to continue practicing.
Yesterday, I remembered my passion because memories renewed commitment.
Passion fuels consistency.
I felt ready to move forward.
Yesterday, I remembered why memories matter in learning.
Memories connect past effort with present growth.
I felt grateful for the journey.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English listening practice because I replayed an old audio file.
That practice felt challenging because native speakers talked quickly, but repetition slowly improved understanding.
I felt patient because listening skills developed gradually through daily exposure.
Yesterday, I remembered my first reading habit because I opened a simple English story again.
Reading built vocabulary because short stories repeated common words naturally.
I felt confident because familiar words appeared more often than before.
Yesterday, I remembered my first speaking partner because I scheduled another practice call.
Speaking regularly reduced fear because mistakes became normal learning steps.
I felt relaxed because conversation flowed more smoothly than earlier sessions.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood classroom because I smelled chalk in a nearby school.
Classroom memories feel strong because learning began there.
I felt nostalgic because simple desks and chairs shaped early dreams.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English question because someone asked it again.
Questions show curiosity and active learning.
I felt helpful because answering reinforced my knowledge.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English mistake because I corrected a similar sentence.
Writing improves through correction and patience.
I felt satisfied because clarity replaced confusion.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English goal because I reviewed my notebook.
Reviewing goals shows progress clearly.
I felt proud because effort paid off.
Yesterday, I remembered my first group activity because teamwork returned.
Teamwork improves communication and listening.
I felt balanced because everyone shared equally.
Yesterday, I remembered my first vocabulary list because I created another one.
Vocabulary grows through repetition and context.
I felt organized because learning felt structured.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood evening because the sky looked similar.
Morning memories feel peaceful because days started slowly.
I felt calm because quiet moments returned.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English video call because technology improved.
Video calls increase confidence through face interaction.
I felt connected because expressions helped understanding.
Yesterday, I remembered my first accent confusion because I heard different pronunciations.
Accents challenged understanding, but they improved listening skills.
I felt open because variation improved comprehension.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English habit because I followed routines again.
Habits build consistency and long-term success.
I felt disciplined because routine supported progress.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood question because curiosity returned.
Curiosity drives learning naturally.
I felt engaged because interest stayed strong.
Yesterday, I remembered my first encouragement because someone supported me again.
Support creates safe learning environments.
I felt confident because kindness motivates effort.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English challenge because difficulty appeared again.
Challenges test resilience and patience.
I felt strong because experience helped overcome fear.
Yesterday, I remembered my first learning break because rest felt necessary.
Rest improves focus and memory.
I felt refreshed because balance matters.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English success because someone noticed improvement.
Recognition encourages continued practice.
I felt appreciated because effort felt visible.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood walk because streets felt familiar.
Familiar paths bring comfort and memory.
I felt calm because familiarity reduced stress.
Yesterday, I remembered my first pronunciation practice because I repeated sounds again carefully.
Pronunciation improves through slow repetition.
I felt clearer because sounds became familiar.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English listening mistake because I misheard again.
Mishearing teaches careful listening.
I felt patient because correction improved accuracy.
Yesterday, I remembered my first online comment because interaction returned.
Interaction builds confidence and community.
I felt connected because responses felt supportive.
Yesterday, I remembered my learning journey because reflection felt meaningful.
Reflection strengthens awareness and motivation.
I felt encouraged because growth felt steady.
Yesterday, I remembered my reason for practicing daily.
Purpose keeps learners moving forward.
I felt inspired because progress continued.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English pronunciation drill because I practiced similar sounds again carefully.
That practice felt useful because repeating sounds slowly improved clarity and confidence.
I felt focused because pronunciation required attention and patience.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood evening talks because my family shared stories together.
Family conversations build memory because voices and emotions stay connected.
I felt warm because those talks felt safe and comforting.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English listening success because I understood a full sentence.
Understanding full sentences feels rewarding because progress becomes clear.
I felt excited because effort finally showed results.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English misunderstanding because confusion appeared again, briefly.
Misunderstandings teach careful listening and asking questions.
I felt calm because experience helped me clarify politely.
Yesterday, I remembered my first study routine because I followed a schedule again.
Schedules support discipline and consistency.
I felt organized because learning felt manageable.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood curiosity because questions filled my mind.
Curiosity drives exploration and learning.
I felt engaged because interest stayed alive.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English encouragement because a teacher praised improvement.
Praise builds confidence and motivation.
I felt grateful because encouragement mattered deeply.
Yesterday, I remembered my first speaking fear because nervousness returned slightly.
Fear fades with experience and repetition.
I felt brave because I continued speaking.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English routine because habits felt natural.
Habits turn effort into comfort.
I felt steady because routine supported progress.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood laughter because friends joked nearby.
Laughter strengthens bonds and memories.
I felt joyful because happiness returned easily.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English correction because feedback appeared again.
Feedback improves accuracy and confidence.
I felt appreciative because correction helped learning.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English listening habit because I played audio again.
Listening daily builds comprehension steadily.
I felt confident because understanding improved.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood responsibility because tasks appeared again.
Responsibility teaches discipline and maturity.
I felt capable because experience guided actions.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English vocabulary review because repetition helped recall.
Repetition strengthens memory.
I felt prepared because words came quickly.
Yesterday, I remembered my first goal because achievement felt close.
Goals motivate continued effort.
Yesterday, I remembered my learning journey because reflection felt natural.
Reflection helps awareness and improvement.
I felt thankful because growth felt meaningful.
Yesterday, I remembered my purpose because memories reminded me.
Purpose fuels persistence.
I felt inspired because learning continued forward.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English listening test because I practiced similar questions again at home.
That memory felt familiar because listening required patience and focus during quiet moments.
I felt calm because experience helped me understand spoken English more clearly.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood mornings because sunlight entered my room the same way.
Morning memories feel peaceful because days started slowly without pressure.
I felt relaxed because silence helped my thoughts settle gently.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English class because I passed the language school nearby.
That class felt scary at first, but curiosity pushed me forward.
I felt brave because starting something new always requires courage.
Yesterday, I remembered my first speaking mistake because I heard someone repeat it.
Mistakes stay memorable because they teach correct usage strongly.
I felt patient because learning improved through correction.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood walk because the street looked unchanged.
Familiar places keep memories alive through simple details.
I felt nostalgic because time moved quickly.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English success because I understood a short conversation.
That success felt motivating because effort finally showed results.
I felt proud because progress felt real.
Yesterday, I remembered my first notebook because I organized my study desk.
Old notebooks show growth through messy beginnings.
I felt encouraged because improvement became visible.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood game because children played nearby.
Games teach cooperation and joy.
I felt happy because laughter sounded familiar.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English listening habit because I played audio again.
Listening daily builds understanding slowly.
I felt confident because understanding improved.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood responsibility because tasks appeared again.
Responsibility teaches discipline and maturity. I felt capable because experience guided actions.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English vocabulary review because repetition helped recall.
Repetition strengthens memory.
I felt prepared because words came quickly.
Yesterday, I remembered my first goal because achievement felt close.
Goals motivate continued effort.
Yesterday, I remembered my learning journey because reflection felt natural.
Reflection helps awareness and improvement.
I felt thankful because growth felt meaningful.
Yesterday, I remembered my purpose because memories reminded me.
Purpose fuels persistence.
I felt inspired because learning continued forward.
Good advice stays useful for many years.
I felt thankful because guidance mattered.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English reading because I opened the simple story.
Reading builds vocabulary naturally.
I felt comfortable because words looked familiar.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood evening because the sky felt calm.
Evenings invite reflection and quiet thoughts.
I felt peaceful because calm moments returned.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English pronunciation practice because I repeated sounds again.
Pronunciation improves through slow repetition.
I felt focused because clarity mattered.
Yesterday, I remembered my first online conversation because I typed messages again.
Online chatting builds confidence.
I felt connected because communication felt easy.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood responsibility because I helped at home.
Responsibility teaches discipline early.
I felt capable because experience guided me.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English vocabulary list because I reviewed words.
Reviewing strengthens memory.
I felt prepared because recall felt faster.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English question because curiosity returned.
Questions show active learning.
I felt engaged because interest stayed strong.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood friend because I saw an old photo.
Photos preserve moments clearly.
I felt emotional because memories felt alive.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English compliment because someone praised my speaking.
Compliments boost confidence quickly.
I felt motivated because effort mattered.
Yesterday, I remembered my first presentation because I practiced speaking again.
Practice reduces fear.
I felt calmer because preparation helped.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood promise because I reflected quietly.
Reflection connects past and present.
I felt thoughtful because meaning appeared.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English failure because difficulty returned.
Failure teaches resilience.
I felt strong because growth followed.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English habit because routine felt natural.
Habits support consistency.
I felt steady because structure helped.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood curiosity because questions filled my mind.
Curiosity drives learning.
I felt inspired because interest stayed alive.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English listening success because understanding improved.
Success motivates continued effort.
I felt proud because learning paid off.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English mistake because correction helped again.
Correction improves accuracy.
I felt grateful because feedback mattered.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood laughter because friends joked nearby.
Laughter strengthens bonds.
I felt joyful because happiness returned.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English routine because practice continued.
Routine builds discipline.
I felt organized because structure helped.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood meal because taste felt familiar.
Food connects memories strongly.
I felt warm because comfort returned.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English sentence because I used it naturally.
Natural youth shows progress.
I felt proud because fluency improved.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood dream because motivation returned.
Dreams inspire effort.
I felt hopeful because growth continued.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English goal because achievement felt closer.
Goals guide learning.
I felt focused because direction stayed clear.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood walk because the air felt familiar.
Familiar feelings calm the mind.
I felt relaxed because comfort mattered.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English listening mistake because confusion happened briefly.
Confusion teaches careful listening.
I felt patient because experience helped.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood lesson because values stayed strong.
Lessons shape character.
I felt grounded because meaning stayed clear.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English habit because consistency returned.
Consistency builds success.
I felt confident because progress continued.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood kindness because someone helped me.
Kindness stays memorable.
I felt thankful because support mattered.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English practice partner because conversation flowed again.
Speaking partners improve fluency.
I felt comfortable because communication felt natural.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood patience because waiting felt easier.
Patience grows with experience.
I felt calm because control improved.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English listening routine because habit returned.
Listening daily supports understanding.
I felt confident because clarity improved.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood curiosity because learning felt exciting.
Excitement fuels motivation.
I felt energized because interest stayed alive.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English achievement because progress showed clearly.
Achievement reinforces effort.
I felt proud because dedication mattered.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood responsibility because tasks felt familiar.
Familiar tasks reduce stress.
I felt capable because experience helped.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English review because repetition helped memory.
Repetition strengthens recall.
I felt prepared because knowledge stayed fresh.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood reflection because silence felt meaningful.
Silence encourages thought.
I felt peaceful because clarity appeared.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English confidence because speaking felt easier.
Confidence grows with practice.
I felt strong because improvement continued.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood joy because laughter returned.
Joy keeps memories alive.
I felt happy because positivity mattered.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English routine because structure supported me.
Structure helps focus.
I felt steady because learning felt balanced.
Yesterday, I remembered my childhood promise because commitment stayed strong.
Commitment drives progress.
I felt determined because purpose guided me.
Yesterday, I remembered my first English moment because learning felt personal.
Personal connection deepens learning.
I felt inspired to continue practicing every day. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening. Keep practicing English daily, and we will meet again very soon.